Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 17th of July. Lawmakers and legislators vote to pick India's 14th president. Pakistan's top court to decide Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's fate on Tuesday. And Devotees throng temple in northern India to mark holy monsoon month. And now for all the details, Indian lawmakers cast their votes to elect the country's 14th president across 32 polling stations on Monday. They lined up outside the parliament in the national capital New Delhi and provincial legislative assemblies.
The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP candidate Ramnath Kovind is in the race for the next president of India along with Meera Kumar, a former Speaker of the lower house of Parliament and the opposition's nominee. In this election, the numbers are stacked against the opposition. The Electoral College, consisting of members of both houses of the Federal Parliament and provincial assemblies across the country, is in favour of the ruling BJP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with senior party leaders, was among the first to vote in the parliament. He congratulated Kovind in advance and has said that the presidential poll this time is historic. Opposition Congress Party President Sonia Gandhi and Vice President Rahul Gandhi also cast their votes and have deemed the elections as a fight for ideologies. The poll result will be announced on July 20. President Pranab Mukherjee's term is expiring on July 25.
Meanwhile, the monsoon session of Indian Parliament that began on Monday was adjourned for the day after obituary references to members who passed away recently and victims of Amarnath terror attack. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the lawmakers to work in spirit of growing strong together during the session, which will resume on Tuesday.
The monsoon session of the Indian Parliament began on Monday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, prior to the session, urged lawmakers to work in spirit of growing stronger together. He played on the abbreviation of the new taxation law, the Goods and Services Tax, that was implemented on July 1st at a special midnight session of the Parliament.
Growing stronger together. ये जीएसटी स्पिरिट का दूसरा नाम है। ये सत्र भी उस जीएसटी स्पिरिट के साथ आगे बढ़े। इस सत्र अनेक रूप से महत्वपूर्ण है।
The Prime Minister also sought support from all the political parties to conduct business in both houses of the Parliament without disruption and pass several key legislations.
कि सभी राजनीतिक दल, सभी माननीय सांसदगण राष्ट्र हित के महत्वपूर्ण फैसले लेकर के उत्तम स्तर की चर्चा करके हर विचार में वैल्यू एडिशन करने का प्रयास, हर व्यवस्था में वैल्यू एडिशन का प्रयास हम सब मिलकर के करेंगे, ऐसा मेरा पूरा विश्वास है।
The session was later adjourned after making obituary references to members who passed away recently and to victims of Amarnath pilgrimage terror attack in which 7 people were killed. The members observed silence as a mark of tribute to them. The session will again resume on Tuesday. It is likely to be stormy as opposition may try to pin down the government on border tension with China and GST implementation among several other issues.
More news from India. Several parts of India continue to reel under floods while others are in a flood-like situation caused by torrential rains. The overall situation in few provinces has shown signs of improvement. Meanwhile, rescue and relief operations are underway in eastern Odisha province.
At least 80 people have been killed due to torrential rains triggering floods and landslides in India. Situation in northeastern provinces, including Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland, stood grim as roads and bridges were damaged, affecting normal life and transportational facilities. However, overall situation showed signs of improvement as relief and rescue operations are undergoing on a war footing. Meanwhile, a red alert has been sounded in India's eastern Odisha province for the next 24 hours after extremely heavy rainfall led to floods in the province. Swollen rivers have inundated several districts. Rescue and relief operations continued on Monday, a day after provincial government sought the help of the army and the Indian Air Force to rescue the stranded. Rain fury also continued in western Gujarat province.
Moving on to news from Pakistan, the Supreme Court of Pakistan on Monday adjourned the hearing of the Panama Papers case and directed ruling Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz's lawyers to present their arguments on Tuesday. The bench also called lawyers of the National Accountability Bureau and the Federal Board of Revenue to the next hearing. Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's lawyers and Finance Minister Ishaq Dar had submitted separate objections to the Joint Investigation Team or JIT report on Monday. The bench also heard arguments from Naeem Bukhari, lead counsel of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. He pointed that the trust deed of the 4 flats located in London's upscale neighbourhood executed between Maryam Nawaz and Hussein Nawaz, the Prime Minister's children, in February 2006 was found to be false by the JIT. In news from Afghanistan, a new political party was officially launched on Sunday in Afghanistan. Addressing the crowd of supporters, leaders of the new party said that the Afghan government was not able to manage affairs of national importance.
A number of political figures who have in the past worked for the Afghan government launched a new political party, Mawar-e-Mardum Afghanistan, on Sunday in Kabul. The leaders addressed a crowd of supporters and said the National Unity Government or the NUG was not able to manage political, security, economic or other affairs of national importance. Around 100 individuals, including Rahmatullah Nabil, the former head of National Directorate of Security or NDS, are included in the leadership of the new party.
برای بیرون رفت از بحران‌های کنونی تأسیس و اعلان بداره. توسل به سرکوب خونین و استفاده بی‌محابا از قوه قهریه دولتی موجب شد تا تظاهرات مشروع جوانان جنبش رستاخیز تغییر به خاک و خون کشیده شود. چنین خیره‌سری‌هایی در تاریخ نزدیک افغانستان.
With next presidential elections scheduled to be held in 2019, new political parties and coalitions have emerged as individuals work to gain political power.
Staying on news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's central Bamiyan province is known for its tourism and agriculture sector. Over the weekend, a potato flour festival organized to promote the vegetable and the region's tourism drew dozens of visitors to the province.
Visitors over the weekend thronged Potato Flour Festival held in Afghanistan's central Bamiyan province. The festival was held to provide a platform for the marketing of potatoes both locally and internationally, as well as promote tourism. Afghan CEO Abdullah, who also visited the festival, also inaugurated the first tourist information center at Bande Amir National Park. Afghanistan's Agriculture Minister Asadullah Zamir said the ministry was trying to standardize cultivation in the province.
مدیریت شود بر اساس سیاست‌های اقتصاد محور جناب جلالت محمد رئیس جمهور کچالوی بامیان جایگاه خود را باید در این تحول اقتصادی داشته باشد.
Bamiyan province is one of the secure provinces in Afghanistan. Every year, hundreds of tourists visit the province, especially to Bande Amir, the country's first national park.
In news from Sri Lanka, the United Nations criticized Sri Lanka for slow progress in addressing war crimes and past human rights abuses. It added the international community was running out of patience.
The United Nations and rights activists have accused the Sri Lankan military of killing thousands of civilians, mostly Tamils, in the civil war with Tamil separatists that ended in 2009. They have demanded reforms and redress. The UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights and Counter-Terrorism addressed reporters after concluding a 4-day visit to Sri Lanka. He said Sri Lanka could face a range of measures, including referral to the United Nations Security Council, if it fails to meet commitments it had made under a 2015 UN resolution.
Yet, 2 years on, and already 4 months into a 2-year extension granted to the government by the Human Rights Council, progress in achieving the key goals set out in the resolution is not only slow, but seems to have ground to a virtual halt.
The United Nations gave Colombo a 2-year extension in March to meet the commitments. It includes establishing a judicial process involving foreign judges and prosecutors to investigate the alleged war crimes.
In other news from India, devout Hindus thronged a famed Lord Shiva temple in India's northern Varanasi city to mark the auspicious second Monday of the holy Shravan month. Carrying assortments of religious offerings, they lined up outside the temple for their turn to offer special prayers.
Hundreds of Hindu devotees on Monday thronged the famed Kashi Vishwanath temple in India's northern Varanasi city to mark the second Monday of the holy month of Shravan, or the monsoon month. Hindus worship Lord Shiva during the holy month. The Mondays of this month, known as Shravan Somvar, are special days in Shiva temples where devotees bathe the lingam, a symbol of Lord Shiva, with holy water and milk. Saffron-clad devotees of Lord Shiva, known as Kavariyas, lined up outside the temple to pay their obeisance.
आज सावन का दूसरा सोमवार है और यहाँ पर बहुत भक्त लोग आए हैं और बहुत भीड़ लगा है, सब आनंद ले रहे हैं और भोलेनाथ का जय जयकार हो रहा है, यहाँ बहुत सुख शांति मिल रही है.
Elaborate security arrangements were done to avoid any untoward incident. Devotees perform rituals and make offerings during the holy month as they consider it to be auspicious for bringing peace and prosperity.
Sparkling celebration of dance, music, film and fashion came to a close in New Jersey as the Indian film industry's prestigious awards ceremony ended on Saturday.
The 18th edition of the International Indian Film Academy, or IFA Awards, ended on a high on Saturday night. Over 40,000 people cheered for their favourite Bollywood stars as they walked the IFA green carpet ahead of the awards ceremony at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Actor Shahid Kapoor and Alia Bhatt walked away with the Best Actor awards for their film Urta Punjab. The Best Direction award went to Anirudh Roy Chaudhary for Pink, and Neerja won the award for Best Film. The host for the evening, famed producer and director Karan Johar and actor Saif Ali Khan, kept the audience in splits with great repartee and witty conversations with fellow Bollywood celebrities. Since it launched in 2000 with its first edition held in London, the IFA has been an important milestone for the Indian film industry.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Lawmakers and legislators vote to pick India's 14th president. Pakistan's top court to decide Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's fate on Tuesday. And devotees throng temple in northern India to mark the holy monsoon month. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.